Good morning and welcome to the VSA Morning Miner. It's Wednesday, the 19th of November, and I'm joined by Paul Rankin. Paul, how are you today?
Very well, thank you. It's a little bit soggy outside today, though.
It is, but we've got a few interesting bits of news. Let's start with the drilling results from Midnight Sun.
Yes, we did a press release out late yesterday, actually, on additional drilling results on the Dumbo target of TSX listed Midnight Sun. Copper target there in Zambia. One of the key things was a 0.98% copper intercept over 15 meters and another 7.9% copper over 5.25 meters in the same hole. And in hole 10, 1% copper over 22 meters. And these are, of course, very thick sequences here. And the main thing is that, again, they're testing to the south of the existing resources. And when you're coming up with grades like this in near surface mineralization, it's definitely in the scope and scale for volume growth for a really substantial deposit for sure.
Yeah, these grades are really good for this style of mineralization. If you look at other analogues in the region, average grades are more like sort of zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4. So to be getting 1% on average over the intercepts is really encouraging. And as you say, these sort of widths are exactly what you would want to see for this kind of project. You just don't see, I think a lot of people are looking for porphyry style results over, hundreds of meters. That's just not what you're going to get in this Zambian copper belt.
And again, this is near surface, so this is open pit mineable, and it's definitely excited the geologic team. So they've got 5 rigs turning out there, and they'll add a 6th one early in the new year here as well. So, but yeah, they really want to test this very substantially now, given these results.
And as I think we've mentioned before, it's all about demonstrating continuity and scale. And with all of those rigs turning, we should get lots of news flow over the coming weeks,
Yep,
which
that's
will
right.
give us the assays which will demonstrate that. Turning to other news, there's an update from Fortuna.
Yes, that's right. Dual quoted West Africa gold producer Fortuna updated mineral reserve and resource estimate for its Seguela operating mine. It's now 1.2 million ounces of gold in reserves, uh, just shy of 800,000 ounces indicated, and 700,000 ounces in inferred. Key point here is the growth of this reserves now brings it to a 7.5 year life of mine, which is the longest that it has had as yet since it was first developed here. They still have 2 open ore deposits at least in Kingfisher and Sunbird out there where where it's open mineralization, and they're also working up an underground mining study as well to see whether on the Sunbird deposit where at least 500,000 ounces are indicative there as well. So, uh, given the longer mine life, they're also studying the possibility of boosting the tonnage production rate by 25% out to 2.5 million tons a year. And they'll have that study completed by the end of the second quarter next year.
Very good. Anything else?
Real quickly, just to say that AIM quoted Bezant Resources is making a deal here in order to acquire a 90% shareholding in Mabled and Zinc, which owns a zinc processing plant at the Hope and Gora project in Namibia. They have a general meeting where they'll seek shareholder approval to do that, where the acquisition of this plant would be a deal of about 3.9 million in sterling, including a drawdown facility that they have available to them of 2 million sterling. So it would definitely move Bezant toward the potential for early cash flows from production, actually, which is a good sign to see. And interesting to see. We'll be interested to see more details on what they have planned for this going forward.
Okay. All right, Paul. Thanks for your thoughts. We'll be back tomorrow.
Very good. See you then.
This podcast has been produced and edited by VSA Capital. It is intended for information purposes and not as investment advice. The information is intended for recipients who understand the risks associated with equity investments in smaller companies. Please do your own research and do not rely on a single source when making an investment decision. VSA Capital may derive fees from this content and seeks to do business with the companies mentioned.